Welcome back, everybody, to a look at another new Imprint release, and it is 1987's Cold Steel. So this is directed by Dorothy Ann Puzo, who this is her only writing and directorial credit. Although she's the daughter of screenwriter Mario Puzo, who did the likes of the Godfather trilogy, the first two Superman films, Earthquake. Yeah, surprised she didn't do more, quite frankly. But yeah, this is an action thriller clocking in at 91 minutes long. Stars Brad Davis, who I've not seen anything else from before, but I have heard of his most well-known effort, Midnight Express, and he was lauded with awards and critical appraisals at the time for that film. So we'll definitely be watching that on the back of watching this. Also stars Sharon Stone, who was in four of some of my all-time favorite films from the 90s. You got Casino, Basic Instinct, Total Recall, and The Quick and the Dead. All highly recommend those. And then you got Jonathan Banks, who was in 10 films that I've seen before, but he's mostly a supporting character actor. I couldn't for the life of me say which character he was in a certain film, but apparently I've seen him in 10 other films. And it also stars Adam Ant, as you can see by the cover there, who I haven't seen in any other films, but he is more well known, especially in the UK, for being a singer, musician. Was part of Adam and the Ants in the early 80s, and then went on a solo career. Dominated the charts in the UK, 10 top 10 hits in the space of only 3 years, and yeah, that's how I'm more well known him for. But it was reasonably good in this. Yeah, on Christmas Eve, Johnny Madine's father is murdered by a psycho cutthroat. The cop swears bloody revenge, though he's taken off the case due to his less than scrupulous means, because he does get quite violent with suspects. However, he doesn't suspect yet that he's also the target in a diabolic plan of revenge. So, this is a fairly routine film as far as action thrillers go in terms of its plot and characters, but thanks to the good cast, solid pacing, and some effective violence, this was still an overall engrossing effort. There is also a highly entertaining midpoint car chase. Starts off rather routine, people nearly getting run over, driving on the opposite side of the road and whatnot, but it soon goes into a demolition derby on an oval circuit, and yeah, it does all chaos ensues. Cars are crashing left, right, and center. There's massive explosions. There's cars flipping over, and then our two leads, as well as and by two leads I mean Brad Davis and his partner in the film, another cop, in their Corvette. I think it's a third gen Corvette. Basically, as well as the person that they're chasing, crash into the bleachers that are occupied by other people who thankfully run out of the way before they both barrel roll and land upside down on top of them. Yeah, it's really rather quite spectacular and certainly does liven up the film. As yeah, after the opening act, which also has a really rather spectacular stunt where a car jumps over a train, it does kind of settle into a kind of routine, but that car chase does certainly liven up the midpoint. I also like the score soundtrack, especially since it's pure 80s hard rock cheese. It is well shot, has some decent character interactions, and the production is on point. Yeah, fairly routine, like I said, in terms of as far as action thrillers like this go. I can't really say understand why the antagonist is really so gun ho for our protagonist, because the reason doesn't really feel like it's justified. Um, but still, maybe he just snapped due to what happened, and therefore wasn't really looking at things via a logical standpoint. To be honest, but yeah, that's my only main issue out of the side of the fact it's quite unoriginal in a lot of ways. Yeah, we get the original artwork for this film. As far as I believe, that's the original artwork. Does look more like 90s than 80s, though, to be honest. Then we get the disc printed, but unfortunately, there are no actual extras on this. It's just a 1080p high definition presentation of the film. It's not been restored in any way by the looks of things, although it doesn't look bad by either. It doesn't look like a VHS or DVD rip or anything like that. But yeah, there are no extras on the disc, as you can see, which is a little bit disappointing. But maybe nobody really was interested in talking about it for whatever reason. Maybe they didn't like the time on the film, or they think it's crap or anything like that. But yeah, I find it to be perfectly reasonable watch. and that midpoint car chase is more than worth 90 minutes of your time, to be honest, because it is truly great. And yeah, one that I surprised I haven't come across in the past via compilation videos online about best car chases or spectacular explosions or anything like that, because it is really rather good in that regard. But still, like I said, a lot of it is routine, and the motivations behind the antagonists don't really feel justified or properly developed. But still, it's a 3 star out of 5 film, so it's by no means a bad one at all. And yeah, it is entertaining enough as far as these kind of films go from the 80s. So yeah, I highly recommend it in terms of wanting a bit of schlock, a bit of entertaining action, but don't go expecting much outside of that. But if you have seen this film before, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. But nonetheless, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.